Hey guys, have another video request. This one is, what are your thoughts on urban stealth camping with a truck camper? That's a great question. Urban stealth camping. I'm still a rookie with the stealth camping in a truck camper. I have camped at Walmarts and some of the more popular boondocking locations like that. But in terms of urban environment in a city, I haven't done a whole lot of that. So, but you asked for it, and I'm just going to give you some of my thoughts on how I think a truck camper can do stealth camping in an urban environment. Um, Honestly, I think that, and this is just my opinion, that a truck camper versus a Class C or a Class A motorhome or some of your more conventional motorhomes, personally, I think that they can be a little bit more stealth than those vehicles. Reason I say that is I just don't think that there's this perception that people are living in truck campers type of thing. I think that there's just more of a perception against more of a perception with the Class C's and the Class A's than some of the truck campers in the Class B's. So I think truck campers in Class B's they're a little bit more stealth in that environment, because they're smaller, they don't take up as much space, and when anytime anybody sees a motorhome or whatever, there's just this kind of perception that there may be somebody living in it. That's just my opinion, and I don't have anything to prove that. Whatever. That's just something that I think. Um, a truck camper is not a cargo van. It's never going to be as stealth as a cargo van would be. That's pretty much the ultimate vehicle, in my opinion, for stealth camping in the city in an urban environment. But with that being said, there are many different ways that you can do to help yourself blend in and not not stick out and give that perception that there is someone living in the RV. um, and along those lines, you know, like when I go and camp, like say for example at a Walmart or at a casino or some of these places that allow you to overnight stay, one of my kind of things is that I never want to be that person that is all the way in the back of the parking lot, okay? Because you know I just think that there's this kind of perception that when people enter into the parking lot, or anybody that's working on site, they're going to kind of look out and go, so what's going on back there? What's going on? Who is that back there? Is there some kind of suspicious activity going on? So that's just kind of something. And so where I'm going with this is I'm going to be right up front. I want to be right up front. I want to blend in. If there's a couple of other RVs up there, I'm going to park within close proximity to where they are, and I want to blend in. Okay, I don't want to draw a lot of attention to myself, and I'm going to repeat myself again. That's my whole goal. Is I don't want to draw a lot of attention to myself. I want to be, and that's the whole purpose of this, is being stealth. And to me, that is what stealth is. It's not drawing a lot of attention to yourself. It's blending in, and it's making it give the appearance that there is just a vehicle, there's a vehicle, there's the truck camper, and they're just overnight parking. Okay, so that's my whole goal, I think, with stealth camping. I want to create the perception that I'm just parking my vehicle overnight. um, so some other places in the cities for overnight parking that I think are really good, one that comes to my mind is a hospital. Hospitals are open 24 hours a day, and it's very difficult to determine if, when you're at a hospital, if there's somebody inside the RV or if somebody is visiting someone in the hospital. It's very difficult to determine that. Same thing goes for apartment complexes. If you're going to park near apartment complexes, um, it's very difficult to determine if there is somebody in the RV or if someone is visiting someone at the apartment complexes. So I'm always looking for those type of situations. Next one that comes to my mind is automotive garages. These are the type of places where if you're traveling through town, and maybe you're into a city or locale that has a lot of ordinances against overnight parking of RVs. Well, you could stop in one of these automotive garages, talk shop with, some of the mechanics or the owner a little bit and say, hey, listen, I'm traveling through town. Is it all right if I park my RV overnight here at your shop? And see what happens. Maybe, if they say yes, and maybe the next morning, drop them a box of donuts or something like that. That's one other idea. Um, and then the other thing too is like in this camper that I'm in right now, the blinds and the shades that I have in here, when they are all the way up, and I turn all the lights on inside, and then I walk outside, you cannot see any light from outside. It's really amazing. So the only place that draws a lot of light in from the outside would be my back door, which I can shade that out. I can black that out. That's another thing too, is your the shades that you have, and that's kind of why I like the truck camper, over say like the Class C's and some of the motorhomes, is because you can really totally stealth out your truck camper, and to where it's very difficult to determine if anyone is inside. And same thing with Class B vans, and you can really go stealth. Um, Another thing I'll say too that I think is important, and this is something that I think about when I am going to be in those situations, is I want to, depending on your parking spot, and depending on, like I said, going back to drawing a lot of attention to yourself, if your parking spot that you choose, may cause a red flag for someone, meaning calling the police, disturbance, knocking on your door at night or something like that, then, what I suggest and what I'm going to do in that situation is I'm going to enter the scene late, and I'm going to leave early in the morning. I mean, that's one of the downsides of boondocking is, yeah, you're on the run. You're always on the run. And in an urban and city environment, you're going to be on the run a lot more, because a lot of these situations, you might have to hang out at a 24-hour place, a gym or whatever, do your thing. And then at 10 o'clock at night, roll into your spot, because, the whole thing here, it's stealth. You want to be undetected. And that's the perception that you want to roll with yourself. Another thing that I think about, that I will say, is that, and this is not what I'm going to say here. This is not, what I think or my opinion. This is just the perception of the public and everything. And the more ratty looking that your RV is, or your truck, uh, your truck camper, your RV, the more ratty looking it is, that's going to always, it can draw some attention to yourself, from people that you don't want to be drawing attention to, and I think that, kind of the newer the RV you have, it just causes this perception that, you're not going to draw as much attention to yourself, and yeah, I know. I mean, that's some of that's true and some of it's not true, but that's kind of what the perception of the public is. So how do you deal with that? Well, you maintain a neat and a clean appearance, and you keep your equipment, your truck camper, and whatever vehicle you have, you keep it clean. You keep the outside clean, and you maintain things, and you create this perception that you're a traveler and you're traveling through, okay? And that's, you just want to kind of keep that perception. So those are some things that come to my mind when I think about urban stealth camping. If you have some other ideas, and as I continue to do more stealth camping, I'm going to do some more videos, and kind of share, some of my experiences and things that work and things that aren't working, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you have some other ideas, or you have some other opinions, some comments, suggestions, please comment below. Let us all know.